can't remember exactly when all of this started, but it was around 15 years ago. I was getting too old to play football, so I needed something to replace that, but also I wasn't in a good place in life. Felt like I needed to run away a little bit and escape. And I'd seen a few videos before on telly, Ray Mears and Bear Grylls, but I saw this particular Ray Mears video and I was fascinated by some of the skills that he had, primitive skills, lighting fires. He was cooking stuff underground. I don't know how he did it, and I just wanted to learn more about that, so I binge watched all of his stuff and I thought, I'm going to be a bushcrafter. So I started out just by going to the woods or having a walk down the river. It was free after all. I was broke as well at the time, and it was building little lean-to shelters with sticks and branches and leaves and things like that. So sometimes I'd be down the woods for a couple of hours. I might take a sandwich with me and a flask of soup. I wanted to have a go at cooking something up. Tempeh noodles or a cup of soup. I wasn't really into my hot drinks back then, but I did like soup. So I bought myself, I'm pretty sure the first stove system that I bought was a Yugoslavian mess kit. Paid about £10 for it. Didn't come with the actual burner bit, so I had to buy one of them little, fold up military things where you put a little bit of an Esbit tablet, hexamine as it was back then. You can't use that anymore. Apparently it's illegal here in the UK. So I'm on my way to our little Woodland to do more of the same today. I've not been down there since July. August was pretty much a write-off for us with trip to Menorca, the seaside, and then we had the Fake Fest. And September has been really busy, but I'll talk to you more about that in a bit. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how the woodland's grown, see if it's like this, really bushy, whether it's overgrown on the forest floor. So since I bought that first stove, I bought a few more and had a play around with them. They're all slightly different, but I kind of fell in love with them. And the first video that I made on YouTube was of using a stove, and I've probably had over 100 stoves since then. Still got quite a lot left, moved a lot of them on, but I've had so much fun just coming down to places like these, cooking up a brew or a bit of lunch. So getting out in places like this doesn't cost you any money, and you don't need any special gear to do it. But for me, having a stove always in my backpack ready to go gives me an excuse to get outside. So my first few years were pretty much exclusively woodland or walking along the river. But when I kind of got introduced to the hills, the mountains and wild camping, I had to use a different type of stove. I couldn't get away with little wood burners. I needed something that was more lightweight, more packable, and suitable for using, in areas like the Peak District. We're here, although it's a little bit more overgrown than it was last time. That's not too bad. Yeah, there's a few brambles, not as many as I thought there would be. Looks pretty much the same as I left it, although that was stacked a little bit differently. I think someone might have been down here, but they've not left a mess or anything, so I don't mind. Share and share alike. So over the years, I've tried pretty much every type of stove. Gas stoves, alcohol stoves, solid fuel stoves, petrol stoves. Spoiler alert, they all pretty much do the same thing. They will boil your water and they'll fry up some bacon for you, which is what I'm going to be doing today. Although I think I've actually brought sausages with me. while we get the kitchen set up, I quickly want to thank Squarespace, who sponsor the channel. If you don't know who Squarespace are, they're the #1 place to go if you want to have a go at building a website by yourself. So we've been using Squarespace for several years. We don't know anything about web design or coding, but you don't need to. They've got hundreds of ready-made templates, or you can put a prompt in using their Blueprint AI, and all you have to do is upload your own photos, add your own text, move things around a little bit, and within a couple of hours you've got a website. The platform's got loads of different features. I use mine for promoting my YouTube channel and sending out newsletters, whereas Joe uses the e-commerce feature for selling her artwork and paintings. It doesn't really matter what you do, whether you're a photographer or whether you're just a hobbyist that wants to sell a few bits and bobs from the garage. Squarespace has got you covered. If you fancy having a go at building a website of your own, if you click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner, you'll get a free trial where you can set up your website, see what it looks like, and when you're ready to go live, you'll get 10% off your first purchase. So it used to be the case that pretty much every time I went out, I took a different stove with me. They all do things slightly differently. Some are more efficient than others. Some boil slightly quicker than others. Some come as complete systems. But at the end of the day, they all pretty much do the same thing, don't they? I've had odd occasions where there's one. I had a BRS that 3000 that the wind was so bad I couldn't bring my water quite to a boil. I've run out of gas before, but other than that there's not a lot between them. So you've probably noticed in most of my recent videos, that gets hot, I've not bothered bringing lots of different stoves. I've just been bringing this same jet boil out because it does what I want it to do. You know, you don't need, some stoves you can spend £200 on, and some stoves you can spend £7 on, and as long as it does the job and you can have your cuppa, that's all you need really. This might be a little bit controversial, but I've not brought with me a biscuit to dunk today. But I have brought some sausages. I'm going to make a sausage butty. I'm going to see if I can use this little grill plate on top of the jet boil. Not tried that before. So that'll be a first for me. Bit of bread. And some little pork chipolatas. So Jetboil have redesigned their pan support for the flash. I think it just pushes on. That's it. None of that clipping stuff. And these just fold out. I'm hoping that this fits on it now. We shall see. Yeah, it's not going anywhere at that. I bought chipolatas because they cook a bit quicker. Thin sausages on a camp stove tend to burn on the outside. Oh no! Well, I wasn't planning on dunking a raw sausage, so that has ruined my cuppa. I'm still going to eat it though. It's going on there. It's not been on floor. It's going to get cooked, isn't it? Might have a little bit of coffee flavour. Oh, another disaster. I've got plenty of water, so we'll worry about the coffee afterwards. Let's get this stove fired up. They're smelling good, although I thought they'd be a bit fattier than they are. There's no fat coming off them at all. I've not brought anything with me. Might need to burst them. Let some juices onto this griddle. Might actually have a bit of oil in here. tiny bit, not a lot, might be enough. Not that it's sticking like. That sounds better though, doesn't it? So I haven't been able to get out much lately. Definitely not been able to go too far. Me and Joe, we've been on red alert, waiting for the call for a big family surprise, we'll say. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to tempt fate, but that's where something... I could have just made my sausage sandwich in the house. Put the kettle on at home, and sat and watched Jeremy Vine or whatever his name is. But stove to me, it's like an excuse, a reason to go outdoors and do some of the simple things in life. Get out and appreciate your environment. I can do the same things. You know, I can leave the television at home. I can leave my phone at home. Although I've got my phone with me because I'm on red alert. But you know what I mean. You know, I'm not scrolling on the internet or anything like that. I'm enjoying the great outdoors, and I'm loving it. I'm gonna have a sausage sandwich in a minute and hopefully get another cup of coffee. And the stove's enabled this for me. Otherwise, I'd just be going out for a walk. So it's more. I don't know what the title of the video is going to be, but for me, a stove is more than just boiling water. You know, 15 years ago, being able to get out and make some noodles and a cup of soup sort of saved me a little bit, because I needed that escape at the time. And still to this day, there's times where everybody needs a little escape. They're not far off done. Give these two a little bit more time in centre stage. This is usually where I drop things again. So that's worked pretty well, hasn't it? Decent combination, that and that. Not brought a plate, I'm just going to use the bag. I am hoping we've got, oh yes, HP. I'm going for the folded bread technique. 2 sausages, bit of sauce on top. It's got to be brown though, hasn't it? Let me know in the comments if you prefer ketchup. Then I'll happily tell you that you're wrong. Simple things. Shame I've not got coffee to dunk it in. I'm full if you want a sausage sandwich. There you go. I think next time I come here this is going to look very different again. The leaves are already starting to fall from the trees. You're going to be able to see right through this canopy. Take 2. Cappuccino. Sausage flavour. It was worth waiting for. Tougher than it looks, making a cuppa, isn't it? I know quite a few people that like to get out just for a walk, whether it's to the local park, down the local woods, by the river. They take a stove with them and cook up their lunch or have a brew. Now, I don't know if that is, for me, the stove is a little bit of the driver. It's the catalyst to get me outdoors nowadays. They've got a very special place in my heart. Let me know in the comments if a stove does that for you, if it's another bit of gear that gets you out, or there's another reason behind it. I'm not saying I don't go out just for the sake of going out, but I always make it my mission to have a brew. Yeah, I could take a flask, a bottle of water, and sometimes I do, but most of the time I take a stove with me. So I've just been bleating on about grabbing your stove, getting outdoors and having a little bit of me time. So I'm going to switch the camera off in a minute and have 10-15 minutes, finish off my coffee, and just enjoy this bit of time to myself. I should have a little bit of news for you in the next video. I might even bring some biscuits with me as well, so we can share those together. But go grab your stove, go get outdoors, make yourself a cup of sausage. See you next time.